Okay. You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. And you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal. So I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that
you
like?
No, I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible... The whole Bible is an incredible... I joke very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time. But I just think the Bible is just something very special.
Yes, if we take the mouse and build it for survivability, we can mount the toolbox in the third slot. The increased hit points go in the first slot, and the second one will have the spawn liner. This will be one equipment set.
And that is exactly what I did. Welcome to Sandbox Equipment 2.0. The servers are just open, so I mounted the toolbox, which gives you 25% repair speed, heavy spawn liner, which is supposed to have been improved compared to the old spawn liner. And this is a new equipment here called Improve Hardening. Gives you 10% extra HP on your tank, so let's go check it out. If you're here for the first time, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. This helps my channel out a lot, and let me thank you in advance. There you go, 3,310 extra hit points in my mouse. Let's go. By the way, this was my first game. In fact, all of them are my first games. As soon as I mounted equipment, this is my first 3 games. So here we go. We are in Ghost Town. I've got the survivability equipment mounted, I guess. It's not... I don't have vertical stabilizers. I don't have optics. I don't have vents. Instead, I'm running this hardening whatever and toolbox. I don't know why you need a toolbox, but maybe it helps. I don't know. But when I started making this, when the idea came to me to make this video, what I wanted to do was, you know, I wanted to meme around and make a joke of what those wargaming guys were talking about. You know, what do you mean mount these equipment? You mean you don't want to use vertical stabilizers? How can you don't want to use vertical stabilizers? But check this out. This is my first shot on a moving target and I hit it. I guess the mouse doesn't really need vertical stabilizers, but just to confirm, let's go for a second shot and see if it works out. Maybe these wargaming guys are onto something. Why would you need vertical stabilizers on a mouse anyway? Because the mouse is so accurate, right? So maybe they're onto something. So the survivability equipment pack, maybe this should be the way going forward. I was going to make jokes about it, but it looks like it's working out for me. I made 2 out of 2, 100% shots so far. So let's keep pushing and see what happens. It's kind of really funny a bit because this isn't what I was expecting. Oh, by the way, you are looking at 220 ping. I am playing from Asia, so 220 ping to the Russian servers. So 3 out of 3 shots on my enemies so far. But let's keep pushing forward and see what we can do. This tank is a T62A and he's in a safer position than those other tanks, so I got my work cut out for me. He makes a mistake there, so I land one on him, but he's landed 2 shots on me while I landed 1. But that's what the extra 310 XP was 310 HP was for. It's for me to take shots like these. I wasn't paying attention and that 260 kind of like smashed me while I wasn't looking, so I should have paid a little bit more attention. Now I have armor, I do have a lot of HP. I should be a little bit more aggressive if I want to get damage, or else I'm not gonna earn enough damage to earn XP, you know what I mean? I need to do 3, 4, 5,000 damage in a tank like this. You're so slow. You need to be where the action is. Use your armor, use your HP to get damage. But As you can see, the reload is a little bit slow. I don't think I have rammers on the tank, right? Because I have this survivability equipment that I've mounted on the tank, so I don't have any rammers on. So I'm reloading fairly slowly, I guess. But it's not too bad. Our team is winning 10-4. I'm gonna see if I can rush this guy and get some damage, but I forgot there was a hole here. That's how long I haven't played Ghost Town. In fact, that's how long I haven't been playing this game. Let's go forward and see if we can get a little bit more damage. You know what? I'm not minding this survivability package equipment going on right now because it's working out for me. I suppose in a mouse you don't really need accuracy because the gun is so good. Maybe instead of this toolbox that they recommended I mount, maybe I could remove that and put in a gun rammer instead, because a gun rammer is always going to be useful, because otherwise you're going to have to deal with 11.9 seconds aim time. I don't think that's very useful to a mouse. If I put in a rammer, of course I'm going to decrease the aim time by 10%, which is like 1 full second. So I think that would be more beneficial to a mouse. So that's what I think going forward I would do if I would to use this equipment package. But let's quickly take a look at the results. I did cut this video up a little bit just to speed it up, but this was my first game and my first impression. 2000 plus damage if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just 2000 damage, so not a big deal. But let's go check out the next recommendation.
Or we can mount something for firepower in the empty slot. Let's say it will be a gun rammer. And we'll mount the fill tanks with CO2 in the survivability slot to avoid being set ablaze. We can ignore the category of the first slot and have a stabilizer there, for example.
Well, I guess we'll have to make a manager for these builds next to be able to save them and switch between them quickly. So, brace yourselves.
So here we go, second game. Rammer, fuel tank, and vertical stabilizer. Kind of weird, but let's do it. So this is supposedly the combat equipment that the dev guys were recommending. Now, like I said, when I started out making this, the idea for this video, I was gonna meme this, guys. I mean, why would you go for anything other than vertical stabilizers, rammers, and vents or optics, right? Because this is a mouse, you're going to be up in the face of the enemy, and you're going to be relying on quick reload, and you want combat capabilities to be 100%. So, as you know, the mouse really slow tank, so I'm trying to get into position as quickly as possible, but that's the fastest it'll go. 20 kilometers an hour going forward. Not really good. We've already killed some guy in an EBR 105, and I haven't even reached where I want to fight yet. So that's one of the biggest issues with the mouse. In fact, in my live account, I've only played the mouse once, and that was specifically just to do one of the personal missions. I think it was mission number 14 or 15, I can't remember, but it was a combination of damage and total damage and assisted damage and block damage. Can't remember the total amount, but I did that. I played the mouse specifically to do that mission, and I accomplished that mission. That was a really long time ago. I haven't touched the mouse since. I still have it fully equipped and still have a 5 skill crew or whatever, but only played that once just to get that mission done. Now, I could have played this position a little bit better. Instead of dicking around on this corner, I could have just gone straight up here and held my position up there next to that mouse. But I kept turning around and doing this and doing that, so maybe I could have played this part a little bit better. But anyway, leave a comment if you have some kind of suggestion what you like and what you don't like. One thing I know for sure is Wargaming pays attention to comments. Any comments that you guys make, the Wargaming staff are paying attention to comments. They are reading your comments. They want to know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. And here again, as I was saying, I am dicking around, not really committing to the right side or the left side. Now I've rolled down the hill. I wasted a lot of time here, and because of that, we are down 4 tanks. I am still 0 damage. I haven't decided which way I want to go. The reason why I pulled out from this position in the beginning was because of that STRV, and then now I'm trying to take a shot on the 60 TP. Finally managed to pen him, but all that time just for one shot, 495 damage so far, but we are already down by 4. This is not a good sign. I should have been up there with my partner in the other mouse, and I would have had a better game. This is of course my commentary in hindsight. That's because the mouse, the other mouse in my team had a extremely good game. He did over 4,000 damage and I didn't. But anyway, here I am trying to join him, but it's a little bit late now. The 705A is trying to flank him and managed to land a huge shot on my other mouse. But I'm going to chase this 705A and see if I can finish him off. But that 50B is trying to shoot at me. There's another mouse on my left. So let's just finish this guy off and keep driving forward if I can. That mouse has taken a shot at me. I shouldn't have reversed here. I should have just gone forward. And I've realized that now. So I'm just going to go forward. Try to angle my head a little bit there. But that mouse has got a little bit of a hull down and he's coming to get a second shot on me, and I think he's going to succeed as well. Yes, he does. In fact, he shoots my engine deck. That's what he got. I'm really pissed off now. I took 2 shots without shooting him back in return. I am now determined to kill this guy, so let me try. Let's angle this a little bit and see if we can get his turret. Yes, we do. But he still manages to pen me. I was so pissed off because I took 3 and I only managed to deal 1. But I got his lower plate here, so let's shoot him once in the lower plate. He's got a friend, the 30B and the Kranwagen, both penetrate. I bounced the 30B but took 1 from the Kranwagen. Let's see if I can finish this mouse. If I can, yes, I managed to. But this 30B, he's got more mobility than me. He can go behind me, go around me. He can totally avoid me if, you know, if I look at him, he's going to try and run away. But there, land 1 on him. See if I can angle my turret a little bit, angle my hull. If it's possible, try to avoid taking hit. He's trying to look for shots at me. Oh, maybe I can bounce him. I'm trying to swing my head around and see if I can get one last shot at him before I die. Yes, I do. No, I don't. He manages to finish me off just as I was pulling the trigger. But a poor game from me. I could have played this a little bit better, but that's okay. Who cares? This is just a test server. Around just under 3,000 damage, but we lost this game with my combat setup. Let's go to the next recommended setup.
You may probably also need better view range and mobility in team fights.
Yes, let's build the Scout Hybrid. Put everything into view range and concealment.
Let's use filters, Anton, so that we only see what we need.
Sure, let's apply filters. For mobility, we can mount the increased maximum speed, or the increased engine power, or the increased reverse speed while moving. The bot shot has a very good specific power, but it could still use an increase to its maximum speed. Let's give it an extra plus 6 kilometers per hour to the top speed. This will bump it to 71 kilometers per hour. The second slot has the scouting specialization, and the bot shot has 6 different items for scouting. There are the old types of optics and the new ones. Here, the improved radio looks quite interesting, as it will increase the time that enemies are spotted, which will be useful for the bot shot. And in the third slot, as it has no category, we can mount something that we liked before but didn't have the opportunity to use. It can be, let's say, additional grousers, which provide a boost to the hull traverse speed and allow us to hit to the maximum speed faster.
Basically, the possibilities here are endless.
Wow, the possibilities here are endless. So I've got plus 6 kilometers an hour top speed with this additional forward transmission, whatever the hell that is, plus 4 seconds to spotting duration in my improved radio set. And the last equipment I got here is additional grouses, suspension. This is supposed to help with the mobility, the hull traverse. So let's go for it. Let's check it out. Again, my first game with this setup in the bat chat as recommended by the Wargaming dev team. So again, I was like, want to make a meme out of it, but immediately I could feel the difference in the mobility of the bat chat. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I did feel it. It does feel a little bit more, it has a little bit more zip. It has a little bit more hull traverse. You feel a little bit better mobility here. Now, considering I'm playing with 220 ping right now, and I can feel an improvement in the mobility of the tank, that goes to what I'm trying to say is, if I am playing with 0 ping, 20 ping, the feeling is going to be even more pronounced. I'm going to feel the versatility or the mobility of the tank even quicker, which means yes, I think I would consider using either the top speed equipment. I don't know if I'll use the grouses, which adds a little bit of mobility, but the additional top speed, I could definitely see myself considering it. Now, I fired 3, so I decide to reload my clip. As you play, if you're used to playing with auto reloading tanks, you do tend to have a little bit of like a feeling of when you need to clip your tank, and that was the moment I felt like I need to clip the bat chat. So I went ahead and clipped it, and then go a little bit aggressive because we are leading 3-1. We have a leopard down there. Let's go see if we can dominate the enemy teams here. And remember, a Sturf shot me from the top here, so I expect a Sturf to be up here somewhere close with this 50B. Again, I don't have vertical stabilizers in the bat chat, so maybe that's why I missed. I'm not sure. So no vents and no vertical stabilizers in the bat chat. Remember, I have this speed modification thing. I have additional grouses, so let's see how it works. Now, I can feel like when I'm going uphill, there's not much of a difference. I don't really feel like this mobility top speed thing is really helping me out right now going uphill. But as soon as I spawned and left the spawn, yes, I did feel that it worked. But right now I don't feel like it's working when I'm going uphill. So maybe there's an advantage somewhere, but it's not when it's going uphill. So anyway, I'm looking for the Sturf. He looks like he's gone back to where the artillery normally camps. So me and the EBR are going to try and hunt him down. I've done over 1600 damage, not a lot. I've got 2 more shells, so let's see if we can shoot this Sturf once or twice. Shot him once there. Looks like he's looking at me, so I don't want to face him again. So what I'm going to do is clip and try and get into a safe position, see if I can spot him. I made a little mistake here. I didn't think that he could spot me from there and he could shoot me from there, but he did. So I took a little bit of damage there for no reason at all. But I'm about ready to clip. It's taking a long time, isn't it? That's the thing with auto-loading tanks. It's going to take a long time for the bat chat to reload, but I've got over 2,000 damage before I could get over there to finish off the Sturf. He's already dead. All I have are these long distance shots. Those guys are dead. Only left with the 2 double 7 tier 10. First shot misses. Maybe that's because I don't have a vertical stabilizer. I'm not sure. But I land the first shot and I penned the second shot. Didn't pen the third shot. Maybe I penned the fourth shot. I'm not sure. Let's go look at the results. 2,427 it says here that I did. But let's look at the results and see if I hit any of that blind shot on that 277. Looks like I didn't. Looks like I did maybe land one shot, 2,400. No, I didn't land any kind of blind shots. So that was about it. My first impression is when I first spawned, yes, the mobility made a difference. It felt different. But when I was going uphill, it didn't. Now the last game is in the CGC. The new equipment that I have on is the improved aiming unit class. What it does, 9% extra to the aiming circle size. So reducing that aim circle about 10%, 9%. So just a little bit improvement on the aim circle. Let's see what happens. I also have events and I continue to have rammers in the tank. And now you see there are special slots for the improved aiming class unit and the vents. It's because if you put the equipment in the right slot, you get a little bit more bonus than what it says. So if you put it in a slot that's not assigned to it, something that gives you 7% bonus, let's say, only will give you 5%. So that's what I understand from that special slot specialization. If you put the correct group of equipment into the correct slot, you will not only get that bonus, you will get an extra 1, 2, 3% bonus for that equipment. So I'm in the bad chat and we are in mines, and again, this is supposed to give me an extra 9% smaller aiming circle. Does it feel like it? To be honest, I'm not really sure. My initial, this shot, the first shot, I didn't really feel it. I didn't really think I did have any kind of a difference from my normal CGC aim circle. I mean, I believe that they did improve the reticle for an extra 9% reduction, but while I'm playing it, I don't actually feel it. But let's go click on the center of the map again. Here I am aiming. My reticle, is it 9% smaller than it usually is? I have to take their word for it. But in terms of how I feel about it, no, I do not feel like there's a big difference. But would I use this equipment? When this equipment is ready for the live server, I'm going to say yes. Yes, I'm going to say yes. Because I normally have a gun laying drive in that slot, right? So instead of a gun laying drive slot, which improves your aim time quicker, I'm going to dump the gun laying drive and use this equipment instead, because with a smaller reticle, you're going to aim quicker as well, just like this, just the same way a gun laying drive works, right? Because gun laying drive is going to help you aim quicker. I guess it doesn't work the same way as this equipment, because this equipment says it makes your reticle 10% smaller, right? But if you think about it, it's not much different from a gun laying drive. If a gun laying drive helps you reduce that circle quicker, it's going to function the same way as this equipment, because you're going to make that circle, you're going to fully aim a lot quicker, either with this equipment or with a gun laying drive. So which one is better? I do not know for sure, but a 9% reduction to the reticle seems like a big number. So if this was the live server, I would probably say yes, I would use this equipment. Now here you see me switching targets, and was it smaller by 10%, 9%, 10%? I'm not too sure, but if it says 9%, I suppose I have to believe it. But anyway, we were leading this game 6-5. But if you know this map at all, on the cliff map, it is always an advantage for the north team, because the north team can always get to the hill quicker, number one. and number 2, it can rush down the 1-2 line to provide a flank for the guys in the middle. So that LT-432 has rushed down the 1-2 line. He is providing the crossfire to the middle of the map. None of our teammates went to the island to deal with it early in the game, so this is a significant disadvantage for our team. If you wanted any kind of chance to win this map from the south at all, you needed to make sure that you had 1 or 2 tanks on the 1-2 line on the island, on the Juliet Kilo line. That's where you needed at least 1 or 2 tanks on our team to contest that position, deny that LT-432 from being able to flank us from the 1-2 line. So that was a failure on our part, on our team. Again, on the mines map, the advantage is on the north team. If you're on the south team, you really need to be mindful of what's going on the 1-2 line, and you really need to be vigilant and send at least 1-2 tanks to defend on the 1-2 line or on the island. But because of that, we're going to lose this game. And let's see, I've got 1,793 damage on this game. I think I do over 3,000 damage in this game. I was the top damage dealer for my team, although we did not win this game, but I did my part. And although we didn't win, I did as much as I could. Like I mentioned, I have this equipment with 9% reduction to reticle size, so I feel like it is helping a little bit. Now you saw me take a direct hit onto the SU-130 PM, so that's pretty good on my part. And I did kill off that LT-432 just now as well on a blind shot. Well, not on a blind shot, he disappeared as I fired the shot, so it didn't register in my damage counter. But in the results, you will see the LT-432 damage show up. And here you go, the game is over. So far, this is my first 4 games in the sandbox. I'm going to play it a little bit more and mess around with the equipment and make a follow-up video, hopefully, and let you know what's going on with the equipment. I can tell you this reticle thing that replaces the gun laying drive, in my opinion, is kind of funky. I think it's kind of cool, but we'll see how it goes over time and see if there's any more changes. But let's take a look at the result and we'll sign off. Here you go, Conqueror gun carrier. There you go, 3,119 damage, 2 kills. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.